Honda Bros 400. A few light repairs needed, but let's have a look at the paperwork first. First thing we got is the eBay description. We've also got the HPI check that shows the bike being completely clear. Comes with its V5 registration document. The bike is an import, as all Honda Brosses are. There's just a few bits of paperwork there. There's a spare key blank, which is the proper Bros one. You've got to get the key cut. There's a spare one of those. There's old MOT test certificates. There's old service invoices. Just bits and pieces that come with the bike. This one shows a pickup here where the bike was sort of serviced as well as a pickup. When was that? No date. Anyway, there's a few bits and pieces like that. A couple of things to show you around the bike. First thing is to show you this neutral light. The neutral light is here. But what you notice when you're riding along is the neutral light comes on from time to time when you change gear. I suspect either the neutral light switch is loose or may be broken, I don't know, without actually taking a bit and looking at it. But what else have we got? The ignition lock here. If you turn the key too far, this may be as a result of the bike sitting around a bit, but if you turn the key too far you go past the on position and then it goes to an off position, where it's supposed to just go on, so that probably wants lubricating on the inside. What often happens with these switches is the grease that they're packed with, which is put in there to protect the contacts from corrosion. The wax, the grease, it tends to turn to wax in the end, and when you turn the key it pushes the contacts apart so they don't work. So you can dissolve that with WD-40 and that usually fixes it. There's a crack in the side panel here. I know you're going to ask if I don't mention it. There's down there, you can see there. Also going to point out here that a lot of the pictures I took of this bike I was showing with the seat latched up. It just wanted pushing down. It would have looked a bit neater if I'd have done that. The fork seals are past their best. They'll probably need doing for the MOT, I should think. They're not bad enough to start leaking down the back of the fork legs yet, but they're going to need doing at some point soon, probably before you get it MOT'd, I should think. The clutch lever's bent, doesn't really show it there. It's usable, but it's curled a long way out. You can see it's also missing at a bar end here. The header pipes on the bike are probably stainless steel, and the exhaust doesn't look in too bad a order really, considering the age of it. The bike has got a fairly new rear tyre as well. The rear suspension unit seems to damp just fine. It's got a good compression and rebound damping. It doesn't feel worn out. The engine actually feels quite good. The carburation feels clean. It doesn't feel like it's got any blockages in its pilot jet or anything like that. It revs up nice and clean and goes quite well. The front discs are fairly worn. If you get hold of the disc and run your finger back up to the outer edge there's a bit of a lip on the edge there. Whether that would pass an MOT like that, I don't know. I think it probably will be some testing stations and some it might not. Some of the paint on this front wheel feels loose. If you're I don't know if you can see sort of down there, when you run your fingers on it you can actually hear that it's coming away from the metalwork of it, so you might want to repaint those at some point. This picture is just to show you, it's not easy to see here, but there's a little oil feed pipe here and it sort of runs up to other parts of the engine, but it was originally a nice looking chrome piece, but it's rusted quite badly now. Although it's not leaking, it looks pretty poor. You might want to perhaps change that at some point. Also, I've noticed there's some kind of a tank repair here. Whether it was a repair because it was leaking or whether it was damaged, I don't know, but there's a repair on this corner there. There's certainly no fuel leaks now, there's no smell of fuel or anything, it seems fine, but there's obviously some kind of a repair there. There we go. In my opinion, the bike is probably more suited to somebody who's a mechanic or somebody who likes to tinker around with bikes. If you don't know anything and got somebody else to do all those little jobs, it'd probably come to a fair bit of money, but if you can do it yourself, that's obviously much easier. So there we go. Good luck with the bidding.